In today's video, I'm going to be covering over exactly how one of our clients generated $1.4 million in listings signed in 2 weeks. With that being said, we're actually at 6 listings signed right now in a little over 2.5 months. So you can see some of the listings right here. Some of the acquisition channels people commonly use are paid ads, organic content, word of mouth, or cold outreach. For the channels we choose to use with our clients, it's specifically cold outreach. So I'm going to show you exactly how you can build a team of sales reps to reach outbound for you to prospects, specifically what you'll need to do, how much it'll cost, everything like that, and specifically how to build it out so you can get an acquisition system that's rolling for you 24/7 without your direct input. Because the reality is most agents want to scale, but are bottlenecked by themselves, right? They're wearing all the hats. They do outreach. They meet with clients. They go on appointments. They do all of it, right? So first things first with cold outreach, you got to get the leads. We use Deal Machine, MyPlusLeads, or Property Radar, one or multiple of them you can use, but this is where you're actually going to get the data. Specifically, we like to reach out to expireds, FSBOs, canceled, absentee owners, pre-foreclosure, divorce, probate, tax delinquent properties, etc. Once again, you as the realtor have limited time, and your time is best focused specifically on taking appointments, closing deals, and client success. So if you can delegate out this cold outreach, so that way not only are you reaching out to new people each and every day, but on top of that, you're growing your sphere and you're getting now business in and getting appointments on your calendar automatically. It's going to help you tremendously grow because you're no longer bottlenecking yourself in the front end process. And overall, this is the flow of your business, right? The more appointments you go on, the more money you're going to make, more people you're going to help naturally. So you're going to get a sales rep to specifically reach out to these type of properties. With that being said, you can get sales reps from Facebook groups. You can get sales reps from school groups, or, and my preferred one is connections, right? Connections in the industry. So DM a ton of people, reach out to people, set up connections, and there's a lot of people that do a lot of sales training. Those are where you're going to get the best reps, the most qualified reps that are the most hardworking possible. Reason you want a really good rep is obviously with this person, they're going to be doing quite a lot of volume for yourself, and then also they're going to really be pushing forward your business. So I recommend give them an amazing comp structure. A base salary is always great, and then on top of that, make it highly incentivized on commission, because that's going to incentivize them to do their best work possible for you. There's a couple CRMs you can use: Go High Level, Follow Up Boss, Mojo Dialer, whatever you want to use to reach out to leads, you can. The main thing you're going to do with this sales rep, though, and I'll kind of pull this all together for you in a quick second here, is you're going to do a lot of call reviews, role plays, trainings, and live calls with the sales rep and or sales reps as you build out a team. They're going to book you on qualified appointments. Then this is the metrics you track. You track appointments booked, appointments met, qualified appointments met, listings taken, and listings sold. This is then going to give you your show rate, your qualified show rate, your close rate, and your listing sales rate. So if you book 10 meetings and you meet with 8, you have an 80% show up rate. If you meet with 10 meetings and 8 of them are qualified, you have an 80% qualified show rate, right? If you meet with 10 meetings and you close 2, you have a 20% close rate on listings taken to appointments met. And then if you take 10 listings and you sell 9, you have a 90% sale rate. Then up here, you look for these KPIs. I think a good metric for each rep would be 15 appointments booked, above an 80% show rate and an 80% qualified show rate, and then making sure your close rate is at least above 20%. If it's not above there, go back here, see what the problem is from your stats being tracked, and iterate once again to improve overall show rates or close rates, whatever it may be, and keep doing this cycle until you're at these numbers. And then once you've got one rep at these numbers, scale it up over a course of multiple reps. This is a very simple but effective system. Once again, overall, you're going to get a lot of sales reps from school groups, Facebook groups, and then your referral connections within the industry. Once you get those reps on, I recommend creating like a 1-week crash course for them to go through, so that way they can learn your offering, learn who you're reaching out to, what they're going to reach, or who they're going to reach out to, how the script is, etc. And then you get them in one of these following CRMs, and then you get them on the phones. And then from there, it's just ongoing call reviews, training, and role play. Once you do this week over week over week, and I recommend meeting with this sales rep almost every single day to really upskill them super quickly, they're going to start to really understand exactly what you want them to do, and they're going to really, really master it. And then once you get to that point where they're consistently booking on qualified appointments, you just got to make sure these stats are aligned in place. Now, what can you do past them? Well, pretty simple. You take the sales rep and you duplicate them. right? You get another sales rep or 3 sales reps, right? And then once you have a team big enough to, let's say where you have a lot more sales reps, right? You got 6, 7, 8, whatever, how many sales reps. What you want to do is get a sales manager. So what I recommend doing here is, let's say you scale this out to a 7-person calling team, right? In this example, 6-person calling team. Let's say your time is now being bottlenecked by managing the reps. Take the best rep, let's say it's this guy, right? And have him become a sales manager and manage over all the other reps. So what this person's going to do is now they're going to go find new sales reps, onboard them, train them up, and then get them performing consistently. And this is how you really build out a solid team long-term for scale. It seems like such a simple process. There are so many little nuanced things in each one of these parts. I'm going to make another video after this, which is very much more in-depth, specifically of A through Z, what you can do and how you do it. But overall, this is a really good opportunity for you. If you don't have, boatloads of money to spend on ads, years and years to wait for organic content to work, or a huge, 20, 30-year business of word of mouth, for you to go out there, start getting volume in. You can cold call yourself. You can build out a cold calling team. I recommend mastering the skill yourself first and then building out a team yourself. And that's the process. A through Z. Once again, master the skill yourself, teach it to other people, and then have the best person that you taught it to teach other people for you. And you're slowly scaling yourself out of this process. Make sure these KPIs are in place, and you should be signing listings virtually every single week. Now, this system is absolutely crushing it for our clients. We're getting anywhere between 2 to 5 listings a month consistently for these clients, from new solo agents to seasoned solo agents. And then obviously we've got brokerage and team clients that are doing a little bit more scale. If you're interested in us building out a sales team for your business, onboarding them, training them, managing them, motivating them, incentivizing them, and getting them consistently performing for you, where all you have to do is take the qualified appointments and close the deals, there's going to be a link in the description. Click that, go check out our website, some of our case studies, and book a call. I'll run you through the whole process we've got, and then I'll even connect you with some active clients we're working with so you can see what their success is. Once again, I know this drawing wasn't too pretty, but it's a very, very simple process once you get it working. Go out there and implement it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.